Alright, Spacelings, let's take a look at turn 69. Retrofits. They all want to have the new components repaired, so they all managed to do their refits. It doesn't say that their refits are too expensive. Okay. Covenant Centauri, a frigate, okay. We cleared out fighters in Rollo and didn't lose any drones. That is very good. Okay, there's two that got damaged, whatever. And the planet we invaded looks like the troop ship survived at least. Yes, we managed to drop the troops. We have obtained another Kentavan world. Let's look at the drop. Looks like the drones indeed tanked as we intended. Oh, one drone is already disabled. Alright, real time. Half time. Q immediately kills that, and now they can walk in during the refire rate or the refire time of that weapon platforms. And now the troop ship is actually the closest, but it still shoots at the drones, maybe because they're more threatening or something. And there it goes. It lives just long enough to drop these troops. And then actually gets destroyed as well, but the object doesn't finish exploding before the end of the combat. So it probably still counts as being there in the combat replay. Nice! So we have an immobilized drone, and actually counts the Pactios as immobilized. 0%. Yeah, it's clearly a bugged display. But we only had that one immobilized drone, and the Minesweeper remaining now. Doesn't show me a Nero that was. Oh, that's this one, the Nero that's still operational. It says operational, but it should say immobilized, but unit groups are a little bit weird. And then we lost 2 of our small troops, clearing out 1 medium troop, which is the same rate that they were at in the combat we had before. Right, he has these ground cannon heavy designs, which are absolutely effective on short range. These 4 cannons can just one-shot one of my drones. I don't see them, but the missiles kill everything quite nicely. Now they're shooting platforms. Now I can see the missiles a little bit. They don't do a ton of damage, that's to be sure. So these platforms, aren't they able to shoot back? 70 range on ground. The phase disruptors don't have any on-ground capability, but the phase disruptors, the super luminidats, the point of stars, with their 70 range should be able to shoot back. It looks like there's a ring, and these drones are all, these troops are all just in it. Yeah, it says the rocket pods have 70 range as well. Do they need ordnance? No. I'm not entirely sure why it's not shooting back. Maybe they do count as being just out of range still. Maybe there's something else preventing them from firing in ground combat. Okay, let's take a look see at our new planet. It's really the only planet settled in the system. I guess we haven't seen these 2 yet, but... Oh man. Yeah, okay. You had 3 rats facilities and a space yard we just managed to take over, and a resupply depot. That makes for a great forward base. A great forward base. These are carbon dioxide people. They're also not emotionless. We might want to spread these around a little bit on a green world so we can take advantage of them having an improved mood eventually. They're quite indifferent about being invaded, but their loyalty to the new empire is evidently going down. Okay. Anything we want here? Defenses immediately, of course. Defense, grid, Defense control net was the one with all the point defense, with all the combat sensors and such. Let's begin with that. Defense grid was the point defense. Just do it this way. I could have just clicked these in order. Okay, first the sensors, then beams, then point defense, a couple of missiles, and then more beams, please. We'll upgrade the facility, but honestly, a level 5 space yard is already great. I could put this on e-build, but I'm going to want to fill this up eventually. I want to have more yard capacity in this place. I should just queue up a dock. A couple. Sounds like a good idea, right? And we should also want to have a satellite here. Put that on top. Actually, let's put the fence control net second, because there's nothing for you to control. Then there's not much you can do. It might well be that they are going to send a retaliatory strike, or the E might, sooner rather than later. Oh yeah, look at this. They send a fleet here. And they have another fleet there. Not really equipped to deal with 40 drones and 25 warships right now. Not battleships, just destroyers. Looks like it's mostly this EDAM 2 design. Yeah, heavy on them plasma missiles. They only have 1 point defense cannon each. They might actually be vulnerable to being shot by missiles themselves. If you just fire a billion euros at them. And they might be reasonably effective against fleets of the Deredexes. I still have my combat fleet around here somewhere. It's a space yacht ship. Yeah, over there it is. The Ravenhawks managed to keep up with them. All the fighters that were here died. Oh, and we can see the mines now. We see the mines because the drone of the E can see them. So that's 27 units of the remaining zone. So they still have 32 units somewhere else. It had a satellite on there, maybe also drone, maybe also mines. Okay, you're one move short for some reason. The invasion fleet has finally breathed at last. That drone and that minesweeper are going to need to retreat and combine with the attack fleet here. There's value in preserving your fleets and not just disbanding them, but since this one is just experience recruit, I'm just going to delete it. And individually give orders to these new ships. To these old ships. This group here is going to join the, it's named attack fleet. It'll just follow it and join it. They are select attack fleet. It was called join fleet, Control V. You just paste it in there apparently. Yeah, shortcut works. And then the Gorget I also want to have to join that fleet, but the problem is if you hit join fleet, it'll just, all things will just hit the first task group. And I want this one to be in the support units task group, of course. Actually a sweep mines button. Interesting. Doesn't queue any orders. Maybe that's only for, what is it? Sequential play and single player. Alright. Where's the warp point? Is the warp point upwards? There's an E ship scout going through there. We've discovered 2 more Kantarian worlds, and that are all that is in this system. Geiger counters apparently is refining ships. Large freighters, he's wasting space in these on non-essential components, so his yield on these is not going to be that great. Flux pods, 6 extractors, as opposed to what the 17 or something I have on a starbase. And expensive as quantum engine 3s on a ship that most of the time doesn't have to move. Alright. Let's have you go into Albaran and get a scan on these worlds. Okay, you can move there and there. You should go towards the eastern warp point here. Yes, this is also settled systems. This one was empty. That one wasn't. But Kunaxa. Please head towards Kunaxa. Yeah, don't go in there. Go next to it like I ordered. Okay. Okay, I need to figure out later what to do with this ship once I know what I want to do with this fleet. First of all, what I want to do with this fleet is slot in these ships. Set them task force leader. Pull out the Hawk 5. So it's too fast to lead this group. And send the Hawk 5 back. If nothing else, you could use a Gorget to sweep these mines very quick. Are you going to finish your yard? Not in the next couple turns. We can reuse that one over there then. Go there. Yeah, I already got new technology again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're definitely going to be there within the time that you are 13 speed a lot here. So just go there next turn. We'll queue a refit order with our new technology. Talking about new technology, first of all, we did not finish reading our event log yet, and we got a few levels of armor. Yes, got level 9 armor now. We've got a little event giving us some extra points in it. Alright, what do you want? Level 10 armor just gives us scattering, with 20k research points now. Current level cost 10k and it gets 1k more expensive every time, so I'm liable to still get 2 levels for each turn of investment in armor for a while. I just want to leave it at this and go invest into something else. Weapons, I want to get shields up higher. Romulans honestly feel more like a shields race than an armor race for defense. You see, we decided we don't really want to. Sensors would honestly not be bad. And we're also facing the problem of not being able to detect mines that our enemies are laying, so I think I might want to get some sensors unlocked. Honestly, mostly for the combat sensors, not for the ability to detect mines. So mines, I think they're just cloaked by level 2 at default, but if you level up mines, the cloaking level gets higher. It doesn't unlock a better mine hull or a mine level 2 or anything like you would unlock a destroyer level 2, but I think the formula for the cloak level on the mine hull counts how high your mine level is. It depends on your mine level. Small mines are not detectable by sensors below site level 3. Small mine level 1, it says. I'm gonna open up the data file real quick. Right, that is small mines. Top mine. Maximum level 1. So the abilities of this thing. Small mines are not detectable by sensors below site level amount 1, and amount 1 is get Empire Tech level mines -1. So if you have level 1, then level 1 -1 is 0, and it starts at level 3. And if you get level 2 in mines, then it becomes a cloak at level 4. Blocks up to 4, and if you get another level, then it gets even higher. And the sensors that we have, I believe, are not able to detect level 4 mines. So I've said they have level 2 in mines, which I believe they have. I have to look. They're going to hide. They will be able to hide them from us. Okay. Oh no! Even our current basic sensors see at site level 3, and the current level 1 mines already block level 3. Okay, so they don't even need to have leveled up mines. They can we just don't see them by default. I thought I started at level 2. I thought with level 3 basic sensors you could see mines already. Let's look at the tech. Mines, troops, fighter, satellites. Mines level 2. Does it say that for all of them? Mines level 3. Estimate is for them. Mines level 4. The estimate is for them. We might actually have to get tachyon sensors there to be able to detect mines. So, the problem of detecting mines stems from our ally here having raised the Gurak homeworld and now being quite uncertain about where and what they can attack. Because, well, what Mr. Gurak does is apparently collect drones towards his home system and spread mines in orbit of his colonies. Red, mineral miner, medium freighter. He's really gone into this medium ship size technology tree. Not sure why. Generally get more of big ships. Unless you really want that one extra speed or something that the medium ships have. There's not generally that much advantage. That'd be a nice place to destroy. You see what his combat drone designs are that he has here? No. Could just look at it, but honestly that is Mystic's problem figuring out how to counter these drones. Not mine. I am on the other side of this map. Alright. We still want to have sensors for our combat sensors. Tell him real quick that I'm spending a few research points into that. I'm checking sensors, but mostly for combat sensors. They have level 3 mines tag. We can't detect them with the next level of basic sensors. The next level of basic sensors is actually the last one already. I can also look that up. Alright, there's the file. Basic sensors. No, they max out at level 6. And every 4 levels of sensors, it will actually go up 1 level. Okay, so we can get them a little higher. The side level is, or the detection strength is just as big as the level. So we can detect up to level 6 with basic sensors. If we were to get this up to level 20 or what that is. Which would be a lot of RP. Actually, it only goes up by 1k as well. Anyway, Let's get on with our lives. Let's check what else happened. We had an encounter in the Centauri system over there. Our drone here ran into a E-Scout. Oh yeah, the one that's over here now. Just a Skiva 4. Oops, just encountered each other in space here, and he's actually chasing my drone. It's 12 speeds, the drone has 11 speeds. But being placed this distantly at the start of a battle, they were not able to chase each other. So this thing is armed. Yeah, it has an APB and 2-point defense units in there. I think we looked at this last turn. It noted that it was armed. To take out targets of opportunity like other scouts, if they can catch them. It actually gets decently close, doesn't it? Come on, there's still 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Makes you wish you had the 32x option available in combat replays and multiplayer. Okay, actually, what is the range of that Illuminator has displayed here? Do I have a bomblet on there? Anyway, I wasn't able to close in time and didn't chase it. Okay, this should be relatively boring to watch. Oh, very red, very many drones. I should just get ground up by the bomblets relatively quickly and, yeah, drop a few missiles into our drones. 1 colony, 2 new colonies, 3 new colonies, I guess. Then let's go check those out. You don't have good values, so you are going to be a research center. Your methane loyalty is at half. I think it only ever goes down for the other races. Actually, I'm not sure. I think it's affected by war and such. Not exactly a well fleshed out mechanic or very transparent one. These happinesses and loyalties and everything. So just build research centers. Don't necessarily need a shipyard on here. You want to have at least one platform in here. Yeah, why not? Alright, at it, let's go and upgrade our designs. Level 4 to level 6 armor is 560 to 800 armor HP. Get all of those because you actually have a lot of those queued. It's 900 HP. Defense control, and they give stealth armor for the funny idea of cloaking a planet. But cloaked planets can't actually build anything, I believe, so we don't do that. I'm also not entirely sure if ECM is inherited by a planet, but I think it is. I've definitely seen ships miss planets. The question is, do we want to put scattering armor on here as well for the extra ECM effect? No, we can't. Is it just because we have not unlocked it yet? Does it just only first unlock with the next level? It might. And the control platform is now over 1000 HP, which is pretty much where you want it to be, because you want this one to be one of the last things that dies on a planet. And our classic missile defense platforms also receive an upgrade. Now 700 HP. Then build one of those classic missile defense platforms. Okay. We're colonizing these two, then we just need to colonize these two as well. Do we have colonizers for that build? That one is gas. Okay. Looks a little bit like it could also be rock. Yeah, maybe. Okay, you will go rock that up. We have the gas establisher already on the way. Yes, we do, but you are meant to head there. What do you have loaded? Romulans. And you need to have methane people loaded. Whatever, just go ahead, colonize this faster instead of dropping these Romulans and collecting methaners. And then we can just recycle the Romulans once you're there. And then this system is also ticked off, fully colonized, and we can do something else with these little shipyards. And these were also all colonized. We're reaching the edge of our colonization potential here. So by the looks of it, we can now expand to the Rolo system. So what I need here is something to counter these Eee destroyer fleets. Let us make a simulation. First of all, I would like to know what these drones are exactly. Or can't I look at the detail view? Draw D. Okay, they're all the same Draw D design as far as I can tell. They are E-dumps and some Powie, which is, I believe, point defense ships. I want to sim this against our main fleet. Powie. There's a Powie. Well, not just point defense, I also have got some APBs on there. It's a decently well-defended ship for being a destroyer, but max level destroyers are not bad ships at all. Just maxing out your small ship tech, going with the efficient max level destroyers, which are also quick, which is an advantage. It's not a bad idea. Okay, these drones are just point defense drones. You would counter these decently well with bomblet missiles, I guess. I guess I would also shoot down the bomblet missiles, so just APBs. Let us sim against this first fleet. 9 destroyers, 2 support ships, 26 drones. Our own fleet was... I summed it up last turn, don't I? I have the rough numbers in my head. Okay. 26 of these. 5 of these. 2 of these. I just add some extra ships of these. That's the 9 combat ships. I'm gonna skip adding his. Now I can just find them here. His support ships. And now our own fleet. Which is headed now by 2 Ravenhawks. Had something like 20-ish hires. Then up to 50, I will add up to 50 Neros. I think there were no Pius 4s, honestly. I think there were some Pius and Pius 4s mixed. Should be an accurate enough simulation. I'm not giving my fleet big chances against this. Go to half speed to start shooting. Oh god, look at that vomit stream of missiles. Now look at those point defense guns working. Does not look like they're able to catch all of them. But look at these drones doing work. Just absorbing all these shots. Just spreading all those missiles around. The ships itself cannot absorb all those missiles. These Neos are just throwing so many plasmas into the air. Even if these drones are awesome at catching these volleys, especially these first two volleys, even if they face tank them. The volume of fire from these 50 drones is just too high. And not even the destroyers got destroyed in this combat. They're just running away now. Support ships as well. Okay, so don't need to shy away from combat. So what I'm going to do is put my fleet into a defensive position on this here war point. I'm going to use this here Gorget to sweep that minefield. There was just a satellite there, which I believe was not armed. And then you could go refit or go join them. I guess you should go join them. You just move there, and in 2 turns we can reissue you the order. So also mind that this was against 1 fleet. I am insinuating that Quark has also done this simulation, and that is why he has a 2nd fleet pulling up, and he's going to merge these 2 fleets until he engages. And if I would be facing twice what I just simmed, which is about what this is, then I would not give me great chances anymore. Defensive advantage with missiles behind a warpoint is reduced. The ships are still going to come through individually. There might still be something won by that. Still, I need to have the Derridexes here. Not just a couple. I need to have enough here soon. Okay. How about you? Go there. And then we're going to refit you to your next design. So the first that gets here. Upgrade you with your new armor. Nothing we should particularly put on here unless we really want these. 4% combat defense modifier from the stealth armor. look at this. You get about 6 HP per kiloton from this, and you get 10 HP per kiloton from regular armor. I don't think it's worth weakening our armor that much. Or 4% of combat defense modifier. We're mostly fighting the E Cantarans right now, which are very accurate, and the E mostly use missiles. Alright. The Derridex. None on orders that we haven't started yet. Now we have more armor HP than we have shield HP. Might even want to go and replace a little bit of the shields with armor, just to get more HP. It's not like anybody has armor or shield skipping weapons specifically. If anything, the Cantarans would have skip everything weapons. But nobody has like Polarons or crystal torpedoes. Or if we just go and yank these 2 out and put in 3 more heavy plates. Would be the better design right now. 1740 HP. Before there's some 1700 internal HP. Mostly in these quantum engines. Sounds good, I want that. The problem is that you are the Derelict 2, you are ancient. You are going to have these shield gens ripped out, 4 of them anyway. You're going to have these proton beams replaced with a better mount. I think I rejiggled around these life supports, the crew quarters. The engine's setup is going to be completely replaced. I'm not sure if you can afford this refit in one turn. Still, we're going to try. I'm not really concerned about having this 1 or 2 Derelixes at the front immediately, since I also don't want them to see my new warships sooner than is necessarily necessary. I don't think anybody of them has seen the Derelix yet. So I'm fine just collecting a couple and amassing enough of them to make a difference before I put them into the combat just as a support ship. You can just have that order there right now, as you are. I'm going to load zone and move to Canopus here. I'm not supposed to put this somewhere specifically. Let's check. Has migration not solved most of our methane worries by now? Are there still any methane worlds that I need to undome? One world, 2 worlds, 3 worlds. That's it. That's it. Not important. And the Difter one we're already taken care of. 1 planet in Tenchibara, 1 planet in Pelagia. Okay, you don't need to load more of these people. What you need to do is go here, upper tile to the zone homeworld, and refit to better engines. Then we can decide what to do with you afterwards. You can either go up and fetch more mines. The problem is all the planets that we have down here are still just building up, just freshly colonized. Even if this looks busy, there isn't really much of anything here yet. So might be nice if you could just load some mines to drop somewhere down here. First of all, do that refit. I think this refit worked in the log from Licinius 2. No, there was a Gorgat that retrofitted. Okay. Over here, we don't need to do that one. We already took care of the first planet. The second planet is down here. That one is also trash. Resource values. You're going to be a research compound. Admod plant. Space yard. We already have our resupply depot queued here and a spaceport. After those two, just go build research centers. Defense grid. Soul missile defense, because why not? And actually, honestly, disruptor beams are better, but not 200 of them, of course. If I do have something that's going around of theirs in my system, and it has just a couple point defense guns on it, then Stone Gargoyle with its 2 missiles is not going to be able to hurt it. Whereas a big fat cluster of anti-proton beams is going to hurt anybody that gets in range. Unlikely to be able to evade all of them. So if there's something of theirs going around kicking over my planets, undefended or mostly undefended planets one by one, having a disruptor battery there is going to give me the biggest chance that I'm going to cause some attritional damage. Alright. And then you should probably have your police troops. That was it for the new planets. We already took care of the conquered planets, we already took care of research. I had more contact between turns with the Slurpee Raiders and edited my turn last turn and gave them a little more resources. They said they could. They had this much space in their storage right now, so I just gave them that much. And yeah, so the other side here, the Gurak and the E, they are trying to figure out how my ally managed to sneak the drones in there. There's some valid misgivings about him using this exploity thing about cloaking an entire drone swarm with one cloaking unit on a drone, which is borderline exploit because you just need to have this little investment cloak a huge ass drone swarm. Yeah, which is also going to be patched out. Quark also already announced that last turn that he was going to remove that possibility from the game, which is fine, honestly. But they were also figuring out how he managed to get into the system. This place is mined. We ran into this ourselves in the very early game with a scout. This place was also mined, and he just face tanked the mines that were here. I think he lost something, 20 drones or something, he said. But on the other side, here's also a minefield that we can't see from the Slopanor of apparently 100 mines, which did not trigger, and they've seen this, they know this. So now they are trying to figure out how he managed to slip past these mines. They're halfway accusing of Mystic of using more exploits to have his fleet not being attacked by the mines here, but the truth is, of course, that we have a sneaky treaty called war with minefield codes shared. Actually, do I have minefield codes shared? I don't think so. They must have added their own treaty. But he had the minefield codes for these mines that are apparently here, so of course they did not get. Of course, they did not actually get triggered. And they are just getting the first inkling of how this could have happened. There was some, unless, of course, they have a sneaky treaty that is called war that has minefield codes shared. But now they are doubting each other internally, and I am going to be very interested to see how this turns out. If they are going to finally figure out that the Slopanos are a traitor, or if they're going to keep on as we had before. Anyway, we're at high alert. I've given these Slopanos more money so that they can prepare for this war. With this 19-ship fleet here. Built some repair stations on maybe maybe? I'm not sure if he had this before or not. I think he had 2 stations there before. I've suggested to him that he should have some refit capability. Yeah. So he's able to build up his war machine as fast as he can in the next couple turns. Or the last couple turns already. Of course, the jig may soon be up. Alright. Let's go through the remainder of our turn. First of all, let's go through the remainder of our list here. Is there anything we need to shoot into orbit? We built anything special that we need to have special handling to, or can we just handle it when we go through all our ships and planets? There's a pollution event. The conditions dropped a level on this world. It's a methane world. Yeah, let us queue up 200 troops. This was this weird planet. Yeah, are we going to have this planet be mines, or are we going to have it be research centers? I think we are going to have it be research centers. And if I'm eventually going to knock over the mines, I can just do that now, honestly. Kill all these level 2 mines. You can tell which one are level 2 and which are level 4 by the difference in cost. Instead of upgrading these, just queue up more research centers. Police to the bottom, since there's no immediate need. And let's go through all the stuff that needs orders. I've launched a lot of drones again, which I'm going to need to give orders to. The waypoint here is waypoint 3, so let's have you go to waypoint 3. Also, if you go to waypoint 1 down here. I think I want to upgrade my drone swarm here though. Nah, all the drones I had here died, right? I want to have some supporting drones with this fleet here again. These are just some point defense drones to escort the troop ships, so they don't really count. Okay, one jobless planet here. Let's give it orders. You already have troops. You have some defense platforms. With rats, there's nothing much else for you to do but build units on repeat. Of course, we can upgrade them yet again. From level 5 to level 6 armor. Now I have 250 HP, but I don't think I'm going to go through my entire... Oh, it's counted as not started, it was already upgraded. But I don't think I'm going to go through my entire empire again and replace all these drones under construction. Any more drones that we launched. This is planet that's jobless. You carbon dioxide, you don't need any police. Actually, I'm not sure if they need one for their loyalty so they don't revolt. Let's see it when it happens. You also have nothing better to do but build units. Could also build other units, you know. We could build like satellites we can drop on a warpoint, then move. We could build troops, but we already have quite enough troops in our Tenchebrai fleet there. We build mines. I don't like having to haul the mines back from that farm towards the front lines. There's also an argument to be made towards having mines inside your space, just sectioning off a couple war points. I think we have a couple... No, it's just a drone. There's no mines here. I think I had some here ones that I collected again. I also had one Gulag drone that once ran into them there. Maybe we should build some extra mines in our core systems and go and spread these around. Where would we do such a thing? You being a huge planet, you're a huge planet without a shipyard actually. It must have taken forever to build. Would be a candidate to just build 500 mines or something. Yeah, without a shipyard, you're going to take forever. How many mines can a mine layer actually haul? A small one and a big one. Transport cargo. The Licinius is 187. This one is 475 now. Sure, just build 187 mines, please. And you build one of them. Small mine layers. Alright. Drones. Oh, you're already putting them that way to go through Tenchebrai instead of going this way. I'm going to trust the pathfinding algorithm that's shorter. Yeah, you're going to want to queue another one. Actually have mines on you. This is here. The Licinius that is supposed to go collect those mines. Going to see if it works as intended. Alright. You're done. You are almost done. 2% damage remaining to be repaired here. But we can find you the third asteroid belt. Oh, yep. More minerals, please. Go. And you are in slow build for another turn. So it's going to work out just fine. I can actually upgrade these as well, can I? Once you're there, go and upgrade. And then you can repair yourself while the Malfador builds the initial set of the station. Okay, what do we have here? Licinius. You have another load of mines. Please go that way. Oh, it runs around that mine. It runs around that E drone. Which is, I believe, a sensor drone. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does he have enough sensor range for this? Do the E have any scouting drones with enough sensor range to detect that fleet of mine? Okay, that's a defense drone. Drone B, drone D. There's a missive and a shield. Okay. Drone me. This is a Ripper beam as well. Drone Z has a basic sensor, distance 5. He needed 6. I don't think they have better sensors than level 4s. These tachyon sensors also see at 5 levels. Okay, so he should not be able to see me here right now. The real question is, of course, did he see me while he was moving? I said icon really meant to be. These icons are sometimes offset annoyingly in the replay. Okay, right now they're still all here, and this invasion fleet is over there. Okay, that's just the animation of them going through the warp point onto the other side, but in this system. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see this far right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't show you exactly where that is. I'm guessing it would be here. I don't see anything in here in this selection list. That's why I'm uncertain where they are really meant to be. Okay, they can definitely see my hawks that are heading there. Can you see that they're damaged? Can you see that normally? He doesn't have a scanner on there. He just parked there then. Was a Kantawan something there? No, the Kantawan normal boots just showed up there. And now it's gone again. I've seen this before in the movement replay, just individual ships flickering about. I'm not sure if that actually means that he's there, or if that was something that was actually happening in another system but got displayed here for a turn for some reason. I don't think these ships can cloak of his. No stealth plating, no nothing. So I'm just going to call this a hallucination. And he should not have seen my main fleet here, but he should have seen the hawks that I had heading here. He could just assume that this is heading towards this planet, the Kentaran space in general. So I'm not going to be too worried, but I'm going to want to keep this out of this guy's range. How about you move a little further there? 2, 3, 4, 5. The very edge of that thing's sight range. If that thing stays still, it will not see us. If I was Fog, I would put this one further towards the war point so I can see that though. It looked like it was intentionally heading there, and then stopped halfway during the turn. Yeah, we'll see. How about you also move up there first? That looks more like you came from that warp point. So that place is the only place you're going to enter his sensor range, assuming he stays still. Then we have that one coming in, but that's fine, it can be seen. Real problem is if that thing has a gun on it, and that a Minesweeper may become an ex-Minesweeper relatively soon. And as much production capacity and resources as we have at home, having a Minesweeper that is old and of low capacity here, where the current action is worth more than having 10 heavy Minesweepers on a homeworld. So I'd like to not lose that, even if it sounds like a easy to replace unit. Because getting one new here would be taking a while and taking up capacity of getting other things here, like the Derridexes we need to fight that fleet. Okay, you're just going to build heavy defenses for a moment. But having a shipyard here just to refit on is good. But really, this is what we are going to want to have here. This place. For refits. More central location, closer to the warp point and everything. Alright, you needed to stay here. Direct of D, you go to... Oh, no, you go to Pelagia. If you have a repair ship, you need to stay there for a moment longer. Drones. You can go to Texrec. There are already speed 15 drones. Anyway, Quantum 3s. I think Quantum 4s would make them 16 speed drones then. More drones to launch. Okay, what do we have here? You also want to have drones built. Some of these planets are now finishing their build queues, so our economic boom is going to start getting a little bit less explosive now. Look at these numbers. The resource numbers here, they only show the resources from planet income. 355k. At least I think they do. It's 190 plus 50 plus 115 is 355k. That is only planet income. It does not even count the income from remote mining. That one is big as well. So the explosive growth is actually even more explosive, but it's going to start falling off now. We're at the peak of our rate of increase. So it's Kentaran still not in the tech group. Maybe they don't trust them, I don't know. Okay. You there are fully refitted. You are going to need to stay and repair that thing for a long while. You are not e-build anymore, that is good. You are going to want to recover units. Drones. 14 speed drones, 11 speed drones. I'm going to have mixed drones here, that's not great. Since we've also talked about this outgame, I don't want to kill this Illuminator drone that I have here. That's the one with the cloak. Since after we've had this big event in this game now, it's easy to cloak more unit groups with just one cloak. Actually, I'm going to go obsolete the recon drone design as well. The big Illuminator. Just going to make this a regular ass drone group. Yeah, I don't think it will actually matter if they are different speeds, since drone groups apparently move at the speed of the fastest operational drone or something. So whatever, I'll just mix them. You can recover. There's some big drone groups on the way here. Are you heading? What's waypoint 3? Maybe you should also refit on the way. Already heading towards a plant with a yard there. Go refit there real quick. But honestly, refit where you are right now. You're in an asteroid belt. And you're going to actually need to wait for a while for your engines to repair. I'd rather have a few of these ships repaired now, because repairing them all when they get there is going to be straining the repair capacities of the collection points. Yes, you're also going to stay where you are. You should just head forwards as well. Also low speed. Or should you not? Let's go refit you. See if these refits even work. We'll refit one of the Deredex this turn. Build a new one. You have a job. You there have a job. More drones. You can go to tax rec. You can go to tax rec. You can go to tax rec. Already heading somewhere. Checkpoint 1, Pelagia. Whatever, it's fine. Just as long as these drones congregate somewhere. You, I'm going to want to have to go to Pelagia. What do we do with you? You're halfway only there to be seen. But as we figured out, they do not have anything that can see these right now, so we should just put this in a little further. Maybe I'm going to lose sensors on the E and the... well, just the E, I guess. The Slopper Nor we're going to keep having sensors on. But maybe I'm going to lose sensors on the E soon, so it'd be nice if I could keep an eye on anything significant of theirs in range, which would be one of these fleets that they have here. Looks like it's much the same composition as what I'm fighting down there. Only ship, some scout units, sad. these carriers. Go there. And you still have this in range. You can keep an eye on that war point. Okay. What if here Gorget 2 Minesweepers? That was the one that successfully refitted. So you can just straight up rejoin the fleet. These Pactianos 2-3s are going to need to undergo another level of upgrades. And it would, of course, not do if I were to upgrade them to last turn's armor levels. So let's go not do that. Janus 3 is obsolete, as is this one. And I'm going to upgrade to Pactianus for a total cost of, what's that, 1200 something? Can I take that? I just obsoleted the in-between design that I made. Oh, ship designs, please. No, the cost of this thing is like 1800. Upgrading for 1100 should not work. Whatever, if you have problems, I'll just have to deal with it for a turn longer. Could we upgrade them to level 3s? Let's unobsolete that real quick to see. I'm gonna upgrade some to level 4, some to level 3, see if and what works. The cost should be the same though. No, it's not the same. 95 minerals cheaper. 37 rats cheaper. And the only thing that has changed between level 3 and level 4 Pactianos is these two armor plates. They cost 66 minerals. 23 are rats. I'm not sure where exactly these refit costs are coming from. Maybe there's some sort of overhead cost involved. Well, let's just refit you to Pactianus 3 and see what happens. I'll throw some shit at the wall, see what sticks. Okay, what are you doing? Do we need to build another yard here? We have 2 more coming. We have 2 here. 3 more coming. Yeah, I do need to queue 1 more here. And that is all the yards we're going to want to have around this planet. You are finished the Derricks. How about you go there and upgrade? See if that works. You likewise are going to want to upgrade to the Derricks 9, not at the Derricks 8. You're building the 7s, which are the first one with the max level engines, so they're fine. Yeah, they're all going to take a while. Could have looked at the list, gotten the same info. You build another one. Actually, you should build a support ship. What was it that we were building here? A repair ship? We're building some sort of support ship in one of these places. A minesweeper. How about you go build a repair ship? Going to need it for the refits, if nothing else. There you go. All the solar collectors. It's meant to be a fleet support ship. We have something to do. The Gorget can just rejoin the fleet. The other guys still need to wait. Fleet itself can wait. In order to stay where it's at. And that's it for ships that want orders from us this turn. Okay. There's 2 more planets. One in Difta, one in Canopus. Oh, you two down here. We give you orders. I think you were finished building, so we can just build warships here as well. Relatively close to the front line, you could also build supporting units like mines, scouting stuff, support ships. Right now I want strength up down here to fight these E-fleets. I mean, the drone swarm that we had sounded like it wasn't that bad a counter. And I'm not sure of the efficacy of the Daredexes against these E-fleets, but I don't necessarily want to pump up my drone swarms even more. What is an option that I haven't done yet this game is beam weapons on drones. I'll just go copy one of these here. No, ECM can stay, I suppose. Also going to need to have a combat sensor. And then just put an APB or 2 on here. Could put 3 on here. Honestly, if you want to have if you want to have direct fire weapons, you want to have more armor since you're going to get shot back at. And you're going to be in point defense range, which is half the reason I did not use direct fire drones. Right now our armor is better than our shields, so we should outfit this thing with armor instead. This would be what we would use as a direct fire drone. Give this thing a most glorious name. What do we have on offer? Maybe an AI design names. Called the other one a Pius and a Nero. Maybe it's time to rename it after more Roman empires. Theodosius. Not sure if there was any historical character named Theodosius, probably. But what I do know is the Theodosian walls in Byzantium were apparently once very impressive. One of those landmarks I would like to visit IL once. Old walls like this. Yeah, whatever, just pick one. You're gonna be the Didius. Strategy is gonna be optimal range, break, or keep formation. I think individually you are liable to be hunted down more easily, but unlike with missiles, there's no volley effect, so it might make more sense to have you break and swarm. Sign type, drone, attack, fence. I'll just stay defense just so that the list doesn't get bloated. Oh, I already have recon and seeker and each individual drone times. Sure, let's make you an attack roll. Go reopen the list, they're all separate. Might not be so bad to pepper a few of these in everywhere. We should go build them at this tax rack place. Oh, you are building something else entirely. No, most of these places are still worrying about things other than drones on infinite build. A lot of these are going to finish soon as well. Oh, you could queue another. Okay. And there was one more planet in Difna. Oh yeah, this one, right? Just finished the Daredex. Let's go build another. Okay. We've now given orders to everything that wants orders from us. We've dealt with our tech, we've dealt with the diplomatic situation. I could send him more gifts. I don't think it's necessary right now. He needs to work off the stack of money I just give him. I could upgrade my tariffs to him, subsidize him a little harder. Right now I'm just handing out money hand over fist because I have so much of it. But my own maintenance costs are going to rise. My income is not going to rise as sharply anymore. But it's still going to rise for a while, especially while we still build mining stations. So I should not overextend my means, but I can just call back my tariffs if I so need. So if needed, I'll just upgrade my tariffs to him to 10% from 5 to 10%. Economic situation of my ally is stable. He does not need any more money at this point in time. In fact, he has a surplus of 33 minerals this turn and a mostly full storage. So there's no need to upgrade him as well. Oh, okay. He also said that the Slurpreneurs offered full tech sharing from the Slurpees to the Twilight last turn, since the jig is likely to be up very soon. That would be a great boon, of course. They still have a little bit of a tech advantage over us. Here in tech levels, you can see it, they have more tech levels. Tech levels purely by itself is not a great comparison, but it's an indicator of nothing else. And we have the Twilight here and me behind it, rising more or less in lockstep. There's this little bump where our difference got a little higher. He has more tech levels than I do because he has his racial techs, which I do not have, so he has more levels in technically, and he upgraded his own levels from his own research and from the ships I gave him to disassemble. The gap is widened here a little bit. Otherwise, we are always pretty much in lockstep there. I mean, now I have 21k research points. The other guys have 6k, 18k. If you count the Slurpees to it, it would be 22k. Then they would match me, but not the Twilight anymore. They lost, the Gulag lost a lot of research points when I lost the homeworld. And I've just been building more and more. I've been focusing harder on research centers than resources for several turns now. So, yeah. The slight tech advantage that they had because of mostly the gift from the zone is going to start to wear thinner over time now, especially if we are going to get all the technologies that they have. We are going to be an advantage on a couple turns. We're still going to need to upgrade everything, but yeah. It's going to be in effect relatively soon. That might well be the final nail in the coffin for those two players. We'll see. We'll see if this game will be over in 10 turns or so, or we'll see if something comes up and the E manage to break through and the Twilight Fleet here flounders to assault anything more. If the Gulag can strike back, or if this is indeed it. I'm totally discounting Kantarans, unfortunately. I'm very, very disappointed to see these uncolonized systems, that he's not able to put up more resistance there. Anyway, that's enough about that. I'm going to save the turn and call it a day for now.